Today on Built to Last, play ball.
Bring them here, get them to do something they like to do together.
Feeding those in need.
The numbers have gone up of people that are coming to us for the first time.
And learning a trade.
My father's a plumber. I know what it entails. It's hard work.
Grab your hammer. It's time for Built to Last.
Built to Last is brought to you by the Chicago Regional Council of Carpenters Labor and Management Committee and Armstrong Ceilings. Faster, easier, better.
Welcome to Built to Last. I'm Mark Nilsson.
And I'm Monica Pedersen. We're here at the Chicago Regional Council of Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Center, where members learn the skills of their trade.
But carpenters are more than all work and no play, and when they get together to play, they also pitch in to help a good cause.
Everybody has somebody who's affected by diabetes in one way or another.
Throughout the building trades, just like everybody else in the general population, we have the same issues and problems, and one of them is diabetes.
Diabetes currently is a global crisis. Nationally in the United States, 34 million people have diabetes, which is 1 of every 10. 88 million people have prediabetes, which is 1 in 3.
It's absolutely amazing. The more people you talk to, you find out how many people actually has this disease, and it's really the silent killer.
Long-term consequences of diabetes, unfortunately, are non-traumatic amputations of the fingers and toes, kidney disease, heart disease, mental health issues, quite a bit of dangerous sequelae that oftentimes lead to death.
In 1994, the National Building Trades took on diabetes, built a hospital in Miami to provide free cutting-edge care, and continues to support the Diabetes Research Institute with a National Day of fundraising.
Dollars Against Diabetes has been a long-standing support for our Diabetes Research Institute in Miami, Florida. Over the many years, the trades have contributed over $57 million towards diabetes research.
Throughout the country, there's various events. There's golf outings, there's card games going up, there's fishing events, there's clay shoots. So my dad, Bernie Spatz, started this probably 25 years ago. He was always truly touched by Dollars Against Diabetes, even before he was diagnosed with diabetes.
Bernie Spatz and another prominent labor leader named Jiggs Donahue were thick as thieves. They were very good friends, and Denny Sexton with the Carpenters Union kind of implemented their vision of this tournament.
He thought this was a great opportunity to get people together without walking the streets and collecting money, that bring them here, get them to do something they like to do together, and at the same time make them aware of what we are doing and why we're doing it. In Chicago, the way people play baseball in the parks is 16-inch softball. It's unlike anything that you've seen anywhere else in the country. That's hard, no mitts are used, and it's specific to Chicago area.
They take it a little more seriously than just, beers and, and bats. I mean, we're, definitely out here to take the championship,
we came here to play. Last couple years, we had a couple hard losses, but no doubt we came here today. We want to win. We want to do good by our local, without a question, by our Carpenters all around, We're all here to have fun, but we want to win. There's no doubt about it.
And it's pretty vicious. It's a double elimination tournament, so it's a full day that you're working out. The last couple years, we wanted to make it more family-friendly.
Lots of kids, they get to hang out, they get to run around, there's lots of space to run around here.
So we want people to, whether they're playing softball or not, whether they're part of the Carpenters or any of our other affiliates, to enjoy the day. They don't have to take a dime out of their pocket. The food is sponsored, the drink is sponsored, and everything else that we do here is paid for. We take the first 16 teams that send in money and apply to get into the tournament. The last few years, Local 150 has won the tournament. And it's really nice to see a change. But I gotta tell you, the competition has really stepped up. Games are close, they're one-run games. So it's been a joy to see. It's not where one team is dominating and winning by 10 runs or 12 runs.
The construction industry, we work together every day. but you really never get a chance to talk to one another. We're on the job site and, you know, you're swinging hammers, you're bolting up, you're laying concrete, you're doing whatever it is you need to do, and nobody gets a chance to talk about what's going on in their personal lives. So you get together at events like this where everybody seems to be able to talk to one another and everybody opens up to each other.
This has gotten better every year. This has increased, it's brought more people out, it's raised more money. It's a wonderful tournament. I love it.
My dad would be, I am sure he's looking down on us right now, and he would be elated to see what's going on here.
I'm a teacher, and I tell my students all the time there's other options besides college. Watching him and what they do for the community and how well the unions support family and middle-class families. We really love it, even this event.
It ties everyone together, you know, come out and enjoy a burger, you know, raise some money and enjoy the day with your family.
Teams like baseball, apple pie, and United States of America. And we can get, like I said, the building trades together for one day to all come united for a good cause. That's what it's all about.
It was an abandoned sports bar. I believe it was abandoned for about 5 years.
When I first saw it, I couldn't imagine that it would ever be a food pantry.
At Armstrong Ceiling and Wall Solutions, we take great pride in making a positive difference in the lives of people, with the broadest portfolio in the industry and the technical performance to back it up. You can design and install with confidence. Our ceiling construction expertise, training, and pre-engineered ceiling solutions make it easy for you to seamlessly transition from one end of the building to the other, such as prefabricated soffit framing, the faster, easier, better way to build, Simple Soffit by Armstrong.
Want a great career? Join the Carpenters Union and be part of the next generation building our communities. With the Carpenters Union Career Connections program, high school students get a head start on the industry's leading curriculum. Learn the latest in construction technology and the many skilled crafts the Carpenters Union represents. Plus, earn as you learn. Receive a nice paycheck, health insurance benefits, and best of all, no college debt. Ask your school district to participate in the Career Connections program and get started on your future.
From bridges and trains to iconic high-rises, have you ever wondered who's powering Chicago? Unlike our sports heroes, they go unnoticed. Yet they proudly keep our businesses, homes, and great city running. IBEW Local 134 electricians and the electrical contractors have the experience, training, and reliability to keep Chicago open for business.
When the COVID-19 pandemic struck, a suburban food pantry relocated to the site of a former sports bar to give them more space. But before they could make the move, they needed some serious help. That's when Union Carpenters leapt into action.
I've been in displays all my life. I'm 35 years old. I went to Maine West.
I grew up in this neighborhood, and I went to Maine East.
I actually didn't move very far. I bought the house next door to where I grew up.
We were middle-class people growing up.
I always considered myself and my family situation on the poor end.
And we didn't have a lot of food. We had enough.
I still remember going to that refrigerator, opening up the door, and thinking, I'm hungry, what is there?
I have a young family of my own, and I couldn't fathom thinking about that daily.
Everybody benefits, from children on up to seniors, when they have enough food.
Kids, get free lunch and free breakfast at school Monday through Friday. What happens on Saturday and Sunday when they go home and there's no food?
The Self-Help Closet and Pantry of Des Plaines was founded in 1971. We have a broad spectrum of clients, from children on up to seniors.
Our members live in the community. They thrive in the community, they shop in the community. We understand that not-for-profit groups struggle with having the funds to sustain a place like this.
We get some money from the city of Des Plaines once a year. Other than that, we rely completely on volunteers and the community for donations and support.
The numbers have gone up of people that are coming to us for the first time.
People just don't have the money they had before because of the coronavirus.
We offer curbside. The bags are made up ahead of time, and then depending on the size of the family, they get additional bags. We do deal with perishables on a limited basis because we have limited freezer and fridge space at the moment.
The facility they currently operate out of is very tight.
And it's packed solid. Clothes, food,
They run out of room sometimes and have to give resources to other food pantries.
We actually had the city manager and the assistant city manager come through. They were literally there maybe 20 minutes, and they came to us and said, start looking for a new building.
It was an abandoned sports bar. I believe it was abandoned for about 5 years.
When I first saw it, I couldn't imagine that it would ever be a food pantry.
But the space is twice as what we had before.
Business agent Colt Moreland sits on the board as an alderman for Des Plaines.
I thought this couldn't be a better time for building trades to come together and help out this food pantry.
From the electricians to the carpenters to the painters to the plumbers to the tuck pointers. Everybody has come together.
When we dive into this project, we first got the electricians in here to make sure that the building was safe. There was exposed wiring and, a bunch of different areas.
Did need a lot of work inside. It was very dark, very dated.
And as we did a couple more walkthroughs with all the rest of the building trades, we discussed what our goals would be.
We'll get rid of this gas pipe.
Tried to make the layout so that it's all open space with no corridors or tight spaces.
Getting together on a project like this, everyone knows to work together. They know what's involved.
And when you stand next to these guys and you talk about what needs to be done here, you really feel it.
Team's coming out.
Every area you look in this building needs to be addressed by one of the finishing trades.
Drywall went to the corner.
There'll be some new additional framing. There also will be a lot of cosmetics with ceiling tiles and new lighting. The plumbers will also be coming in here. There was a lot of removal of kitchen equipment and exposed piping. And the tuck pointers are gonna grind out every crack there is on this whole building and re-tuck point the whole thing. The painters will be involved then with their taping, their finishing.
Today we have about 10 apprentices from our apprenticeship school.
Get yourself 2 buckets of water. One's gonna be for me.
It gives them real world experience. They're on a job site and they're learning.
And they do everything, they're doing the beginning prep work. They're coming out, they're brushing and rolling.
The instructors are phenomenal. The class is not packed, so the teachers really one-on-one.
Add too much mud, you're gonna have a hump in the drywall.
It's great how well the trades work together.
The same thing in the next slide picture roll.
It's been the best part of this job, the flow of it. The camaraderie.
Of course, we're going to be partial to the painters union, but we love carpenters and electricians and plumbers.
The electricians are working with the carpenters are working with the painters.
You see us joking and laughing and, kind of busting each other's chops a little bit, but there's love there too.
The project has moved so much faster with the unions involved.
They are showing up early, they're staying late.
Everybody should have an opportunity to go and help.
To be able to use what you've learned and give back to the community, it's not costing you anything but your time.
And that's really what unions stand for, the brotherhood and being part of a community and looking for that way to give back.
And I cannot wait to open this building to the public and feed people.
The self-help pantry has about 50 iconic red barrels placed around Des Plaines to serve as convenient drop-off points for non-perishable food to help those in need.
They donated their time in order to upgrade our building and get it up to code so we can then begin servicing our special needs individuals.
Keeping restaurants and hotels up to date with the latest design trends is a constant challenge. Finding qualified contractors isn't at finishingchicago.com. We work with top designers and general contractors who use the latest painting, drywall finishing, and wall covering techniques in Chicagoland's premier hotels and restaurants. The hospitality industry relies on finishingchicago.com as its free resource to find quality finishing contractors. For a great finish, start with finishingchicago.com.
24/7, IBEW Local 9 linemen are there protecting you and your family. From the moment you wake up with a power in your home, on your way to work, lighting the way and easing congestion, plus keeping you safe with traffic lights and cameras. So the next time you're at a stoplight, pass under a power line, or just pull into your brightly lit neighborhood, think of your friends at IBEW Local 9. We'll continue to light the way for you. Meet us online at IBEW9.org.
Got a commercial, industrial, or healthcare construction project? Use a professional Flooring Installers Association install certified contractor.
Flooring must be skillfully installed so it looks great and lasts.
PFIA skilled union installers receive industry-leading training, including ICRA, to deliver quality and safety with any flooring product.
PFIA contractors are the single source for all of your flooring needs.
Flooring done right. The Professional Flooring Installers Association.
Giving back is part of union life. IBEW Local 134 in Powering Chicago understands this, and it came to the aid of a local charity providing for those who need it the most.
That sense of pride and of community and being involved, it just goes hand in hand of being a union member. Speaking as a third generation IBEW member, I saw this opportunity as one of the better ones where we could really highlight what we do and being part of our community and always wanting to give back. And that's really what, unions stand for.
And no matter who you talk to in IBEW Local 134, the giving back attitude represents a widespread culture across its ranks and boundaries.
This building was just purchased by a group called South Chicago Parents and Friends.
We support individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, age range from 18 and up.
We came in here today to kind of go through the place, top to bottom, and give them a clean bill of health on the electrical system.
Our relationship with the IBEW Local 134 started a few years back when they were a platinum sponsor for our fundraising and development events.
We love doing stuff like this. We always want to give back to the community. We always try to help out where we can.
Through a family relationship, expanded to bringing electricians and apprentices out to our new location in Dalton, Illinois, to help us with some of our electrical needs.
As soon as I mentioned it to our business manager, Don Finn, he said, let me know what you need.
South Chicago Parents and Friends was incorporated in 1976 by a group of parents whose children were excluded from the public school system.
Our parents passed away in the early 90s, and Sheila Stone, our sister, moved into a residential spot. And that was a very difficult transition for all of us, but she seemed to adapt better to it, than all of us.
We support them through our family support services, our community living services, and our employment and day services.
An organization like this is wonderful for Sheila and many others with special needs because they get to go out and go shopping and go on, various field trips, and they just feel like they're part of the community.
Our organization is important to the community because of the job training that we're providing to individuals, because we do have some folks that will go out into the workforce and become employees of local businesses.
We are very excited with the partnership that we have had with IBEW and Local 134.
I probably had 70 people that wanted to come here today, but I really had to put it down to about a dozen to 15.
They have actually offered their apprentices as well as their instructors to come out to our new location.
And a lot of the people here today are from our ladies group, our women in the trades. They jumped at the chance.
As an electrician, to work doing this is absolutely, it's wonderful. I'm glad that I'm able to do this.
They donated their time in order to upgrade our building and get it up to code so we can then begin servicing our special needs individuals at our new location.
We're going to be able to practice what we're learning in a manner that is meaningful because we are helping other people.
We've got a lot of different electrical repairs we're doing here.
When they came in on a Saturday to help us replace some outlets, fire safety signs, they pulled some new wire, they pulled some old wire, which was really a good thing.
I found a problem.
A lot of the wiring was done by maybe a handyman or somebody over the years, and it just was kind of messed up. So when you're troubleshooting things and the wire color is changing along the way, your best bet, if you can, is to just take it all out and start over again.
And help us bring this building up to code so that we can get our occupancy permit.
One other contractor that helped us out a lot in this was Durkin Electric, was gracious enough to pull the electrical permit for us and send out one of their service trucks with a guy today to help out. So we've been going back and forth to the truck, mining things out of it that we didn't know we would need. So it's like having a little Home Depot right in the parking lot.
For today, we're working on getting some lighting going in some of these rooms. A lot of it is us replacing some outlets that are not safe for the space. So we're replacing those. We're putting in GFCIs to make sure that electrically this is safe.
The electricians and the apprentices were all very interested in what we do as an organization and how they could help us to open this building. They were very prideful of their work.
Prior to becoming a part of Local 134, I had some experience working in a behavioral mental health hospital, and so I've always had a compassion for helping other people.
It has really helped us to get closer to opening our new location.
It's something I feel like that's ingrained in us early on in the apprenticeship, is that you're here to learn the tools that you need in order to take care of your family, but you also are learning the tools in order how to be a better citizen in the community too, by giving back.
Our union has so many people that are just dying to give back and take advantage of a chance like this to give back. It makes you feel good to be a part of Local 134.
The new school will have the replica of being on a job site. We really believe above and beyond the classroom is that you have to have that hands-on training.
When you have a plumbing emergency, you want it fixed fast and done right. Plumbers 911 connects you with a highly experienced plumber in 5 minutes or less. That's our 5-minute promise. All our plumbers are highly trained, background checked, licensed, and insured, so your job will be done right the first time. Our phones are open 24/7 to solve your plumbing problem day or night. Call 1-833-PLUM-911. Plumbers 911. Your plumbing connection.
We are DeWalt. We're the ones who grind it out. The ones using materials from all over the world to build the things that build America right here in America. And there's no place we'd rather be. Land of the free, tools of the brave.
This is a team. It's made up of different players, positions, skills, talented, sure, but on their own? Because every team needs a coach, someone who makes things work together. That's how Lesset works. We're coaches in the construction industry, bringing together laborers and management, unions and contractor associations. Our work leads to safer, stronger construction, which is a win for us all.
Quality training is at the foundation of every skilled trade union. That's why the plumbers of Local 130 are constantly investing in and evolving their training programs and facilities, keeping their apprentices at the leading edge of the industry.
Plumbers Local 130 Joliet facility was built in the middle 70s, and we're standing in that existing building now. Because of the technology that's out there and all the new elements that are in the plumber's world, we wanted to build a state-of-the-art training center on the property out here. The new school will have the replica of being on a job site. We really believe above and beyond the classroom is that you have to have that hands-on training. We only have our apprentices in school 1 day a week for their first 3 years.
Well, after your first week that you start here, you're on job sites right away, and then you come to school 1 day a week.
So the other 32 hours, they're being educated by our contractor base.
Learning a lot of things from the different instructors that we have, and not only just in school, but also our coworkers. I kind of consider them instructors as well.
Quite frankly, when they come to school, it's about 90% of their training is done out in the field. Our training program is a partnership between the contractors, their journeymen, the apprentices are with. We come back and we kind of round things out and try to say, okay, this is why you're doing it this way.
Everything that our apprentice plumbers see out in the job site is going to be a replica here at the new training center.
We do anything from water piping, doing undergrounds, working on water heaters, math, there's lots of math, rainwater harvesting, welding, trimming toilets, sinks. We touch everything.
You can see around me there's faucets. The wall is lined with faucets and flushometers and everything you can possibly get into in the real world.
Mentioned the pit over here. That's one of the things that we did as first 6 months, we learned how to do an underground. Some people work in clean, warm environments. Some people work in dirty, cold environments.
We have a mock house, and we can literally do a house where a house would be plumbing from the ground up.
All the work that we do has to match up with walls that are going to be built. We got to build the building really without walls for the most part on the way up.
To show them what some of the real life work would be, but again, you're not going to get the same experience as you are out on a job site.
We're compensated very well for what we do, so every minute matters out in the field. Here, if you make a mistake, so long as you could identify it, you're getting better.
I am a code instructor here.
Our plumbing code is a very large book, very legal specific, and it's all focused on health.
We are required to meet certain rules set down from the Illinois Department of Public Health.
We protect the health of the nation. There's a lot that can go on and a lot can go wrong if it's not installed by a properly trained plumber.
Clean water is essential. Water is life. You need it for everything.
There's a plumbing code so that piping, water piping, waste piping, vent piping is installed so that it's safe for the public. 3, carry the 5, we have 11. And we subtract.
Math, everything for plumbing revolves around math.
Depending on the size of the pipe, you have to put it at a certain pitch. Everything has to be done, the right way so it's safe.
The work that we're doing here is important. It protects the health of the nation, as we say as our motto.
All right, good guys, there, go for it.
It's an application process. If you're interested, you apply.
You gotta have a driver's license. You gotta pass a drug test and either a high school diploma or an equivalent, and you get placed off of an aptitude test.
There is no discrimination against anybody. As long as you apply and you're eligible, you're in.
I think women should be in every trade, everywhere, just to get our voices heard, and we can look at things from a different perspective.
The relationship is very strong with our women of 130, and I'm proud to have them as part of our union.
It's a great course. It's 3 years of day school, and then it's 2 years of night school. After they finish their 5 years, take their test, pass their test, they get a license.
A licensed 130 plumber must have a license in the back of their pocket.
We're the only trade that's licensed by the Department of Public Health of the state of Illinois.
My father's a plumber. I know what it entails. It's hard work.
This is an occupation I would recommend for other people, especially if you want to work with your hands.
It beats, I used to sit at a desk every day.
I believe the apprentices are the lifeblood of this organization.
If you're willing to put in the time, the commitment, and the effort, the payoffs are great.
I went to college and I got my degree, but I couldn't get anything with it right now in terms of work.
Their education is more than college today. At the end of that education, they're debt-free, they're going to make a great wage, and this local union can provide phenomenal benefits, health care for themselves, their families, and not one pension, but 2 different pensions.
Right side of that valve body.
It's a career that'll really set you for the rest of your life.
That's all for this episode of Built to Last. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hey, Monica, did you know carpenters always travel the same way?
How?
By plane.
We'll see you next time. That's so funny.